Ta-da-da! I made it. How's it going? How's it going? Boom! Hi. Literally just got here. And so did you. Hi, welcome in, welcome in. Hi, Mickey, how are you? Hello, Sassy Mama, and thank you very much. How are you? So the lighting in this room is awkward, so what are you gonna do? All the windows are behind me. It's not really set up for camera. We'll have to change that if we're gonna be in here too often. Cheers, everybody. I hope you have had a good morning. I've had a good morning, Mickey. It's been busy because when you're getting ready to go live at noon my time, it's a skedaddle. Hello, Emily. Thank you for the heart me, Emily. Welcome, or Mickey. Thank you, and welcome in, Emily. Jazzy Joe, how are you? Thank you, Mickey, for the populars. Jazzy, thank you for the heart me. Oh, Emily, I don't know, honey. I hope the chat can help me figure it out. Happy Wednesday, Holly. Tracy, cheers. Hi, Pam. Welcome in. Thanks for the heart me, Holly. Thank you. Hello, Jazzy. Oh, you haven't seen it? It's a whole to-do over here. I actually tried to straighten it a little bit, Hi, Angela. I'm doing good today. I hope everybody else is as well. We're going to make a couple dress towels and then at least talk about the apron that I'm making for baby. Oh, do you? Okay. I lost my love for making them a bit back, but I'm feeling really good about it. So thank you for noticing. So anywho, yes. So these two, one is for me, and Tracy, I'm glad you're here because you sent me this fabric a while back and a towel, a few of them actually, and said, I don't want you to make those for somebody else, I want you to make them for yourself. Yes, small orders. And so today we're going to finally make one of the ones you gave me because it's really appropriate for this time of year. It's beautiful. If you don't know what I'm making, let me grab one that also, well, a few of them anyway. Let's see what I got. So you can see how they hold up. They hold up beautifully. At least mine have. I hope everybody else's have. So like something like this is getting pulled out now because it's time. Okay, they go in your dress stove like so. Not your dress stove, your towel bar. Or whatever that is, your handle. Not your towel bar, I call it a towel bar. This is another one where I always make them for other people. And Tracy sent me this as well. When she sent me these, as well as there's another one or two in their sets. So she's picked out the fabric and said, I don't want you to make them for somebody, I want them for you. So this one I use regularly, you'll see it in the kitchen. And this sucker's been washed. I didn't press it or nothing. So they hold up, is my point. Yes, puppy's assisting today, Jazzy. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. One for me. These are my older ones, but you can see they do the job. You can use them, you can wash them. That's the point. And then the other one today is for Mimi Peck. Because normally when you get legend status here as a viewer, thank you, Pam, I make you something. And it's been aprons up to now. Most people want those, but Mimi Peck asked for a towel over an apron. She said, I just like to ruin my clothes. And I said, me too, girl, until I start cooking live stream. And then I started wearing aprons. Anyway, I gave her some sample towels that I had on hand and color options. And she chose this towel. She said, oh, I like the blue one. And then the fabric. So this morning before the live, I already cut out the little bodices because that's just a pain in the butt to do. Hi, Chantel, and I didn't want to mess them up. So what I do is I have a little pattern, right? And so this one's for Mimi's. It's got the little strawberries, which I think Fonzie's apron had as well, which is in the process of getting to you. You should get it by Friday. Oh, thank you, Holly. So anywho, if I miss your comments, my bad. So I already cut these little doodads out. I do a white lining, and so I do 2. So now we're gonna sew it, attach the towel piece, do the whole deal, okay? So I'm gonna have to get to work, and it's like cooking. If you mess up, we're gonna have a bad product. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Snow Angel. It's good to see you. Dustin's on his lunch break hanging out. So hopefully he's here, and I know Tracy was for a bit. So if I'm distracted, that's what's going on. Oh, yes, and Tracy has, I think he was one of my first purchasers ever, because when I started over 2 years ago, this is what I was doing before I started live streaming. Dress towels and aprons and the whole deal. But then I got sidetracked with live streaming, so here we are. So I decided actually on the dress towel for me, I decided to use the gray that Tracy sent and use the little hearts for the top of the dress. Okay, so I got the liner and 2 pieces. You need 2 pieces. So there we are. That's where I'm at with that. We need to sew up the little bodices. I also already got the, I'm going to use this one for Mimi's. Hi, Erin. I'm doing good. I'm sewing. I am. I'm going to get to sewing. It's a lot like baking. You take a lot of time getting your ingredients and everything together, and then you really only get to push the KitchenAid for a minute. That's what a sewing machine's like. Like, this has already been cut and biased and the whole deal. So that took a lot of time. So here I have the string for Mimi's, the bodices, and then I was going to use the gray that Tracy sent for that towel for my strings. So I'll show you how that all goes together. So I'll probably start with this piece, because what I like to do is get them all ready to go over to my machine. You want something made by me. Oh, that's sweet. So sometimes I do them. I'm actually going to do a limited supply right now. I don't know what the heck that was. Oh, Meerkat. Hi, Terry. Right now, Erin, these 2 are for, well, one's for me, because it's been a while, and I need a new one. And then the other one is for Mimi, who's just hit legendary status here in the community. I'm not sure if she's here today, but this is hers in place of an apron. And then I'm also doing an apron for Baby, but we'll get to that. At least, I don't know if Baby's here yet. Excuse me, that's my coffee. Let's have more coffee. Cheers. So anywho, I'm going to get to doing it so we can get it done, because, you know, we got a lot to do. And even without distractions of chat and having y'all in here with me, thank you, Chantel. Cheers. Get very distracting. I could take a long time just picking a coordination of fabric, which is, as you see, I already did. So we already dealt with that. That can take, and then once you get it all together, embellishing it so I got to sometimes go, okay, that's it. No more. I get distracted. Anywho, also the towel. So we're going to prep these 2 towels and the bias. I get distracted. Anywho, also the towel. So we're going to prep these 2 towels and the bias for mine. I already have the bias for Mimi's and the tops done. The little bodice tops, okay? Biases and bodices. So then we get to sew, but that's, you know, seat, and we're done. It's not very fun at that point. Hey, baby. So, baby, we're going to do an apron as well. Let's sidetrack for a second. Baby said, cheetah pattern, pink, and like, I'm sorry, Pioneer Women type floral, which I do a lot of, but I didn't have quite enough for a whole side of an apron. So I was going to go with this in place of, it's a really cute pattern. And this would be the pink. Now the bummer is Amazon hasn't arrived yet. They're supposed to bring your other fabric by 11, which is right the it's like the prize of this whole apron. So I did have en route a white and black and gray cheetah pattern, and it's gonna go really super cute, I think, with these. Now it's supposed to be here by 11, and I thought, hey, hi Michelle and everybody. I thought I could pre-wash it and have it ready, and we could at least cut it out, but it didn't, and it's like, it didn't even, so maybe it'll come, and we can at least admire it. So, besides these towels take a bit, and then maybe, anyway, we could always make a dress towel that matches your apron. So we'll do that next, okay? In the meantime, we'll wait. You know, it'll ding. I said to my kids, if the package shows up, you bring it up here. Yeah, so I'm going to do them all three together. So one side will, anyway, we'll figure it out. I'm all, sound like that's a very nice look. But I have a little bit of like the brown cheetah, but it wasn't enough. And the black and white and gray is going to be super cute. You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, in the meantime, and then I'm going to make it really kind of cute, like I would like it, frilly. Some people like them square and plain. Some people, so I'm going to like just go crazy on yours because I think you're kind of like me. The more lace, the better, or whatever, you know what I mean? All right. If not, say, hey, I just want a plain Jane, but you're not a plain Jane. Yeah, so actually it would only let me do 10 on there. It wouldn't let me go lower than 10 of them. So, anyway, in the meantime, I also listed, was it 5 towels. So currently that's what I have. Anyway, where did I put that strap? Now I got distracted and threw my strap somewhere. Oh, it's on the floor. Okay. Puppy's fault. Just kidding. Okay, anyway, so for the bias, what I did was I had to cut out 2 to make it long enough. I sewed it together, and then I got 2 pieces the same, because these are going to be the little mini straps to these dress towels. It's basically a little apron towel, the way it all comes together. So I don't know what you can see, but it's very awkward in this room, but live with it. We got to live with it. No worries, baby. So anywho, now I got to make basically a bias tape out of it, which we're going to take this and go in half. As soon as my iron is ready. It'll be ready in a second. And the lucky thing with the other one I did is I had already made this other bias tape because I thought I was using it for something else and then changed my mind. Came in handy today. Because I was like, that'll go with that. But this one I did not have, so we had to make it. Okay, so then you have your halvesy, right? And then open it up like a taco. Fold them in and fold it in half. We got to get rid of those raw edges. Nobody likes raw edges. It's like chicken. And yes, pre-wash your fabric just like chicken. Just kidding. I pre-wash it because it's 100% cotton and I don't want shrinkage after I've done everything. So anywho, we only have to do this with these 2 little straps and then we're good. I did the other one already, but this way you can kind of see what's going on. That's hot. Whoosh. Fingers. The fingers out. I'm burning my fingers either way, no matter what I'm making, right? So no, I don't know what's going on for dinner. So I do have chicken that has to be cooked, chicken breast. So we're having chicken. Welcome in, everybody. I will be going live for dinner at 6 p.m. Oh shit, did I do that backwards? No, I didn't. Okay. I don't even know if it's possible to do it backwards, but if it is, I would have did it backwards. So FYI. When I first started sewing, I would do things upside down and backwards all the time. Hi, Karen. Hi, everybody. Sorry if I missed your comments. I can't really do this and that as far as scrolling. So if I look up and I see it, cool. This part, it's like adding the ingredients. If you get the ingredients wrong, it doesn't come out right. Okay. It's a real pain in the ass, in other words, but I'll show you another thing I do sometimes while that presses. I buy this stuff already pre-biased, and you can get it. I have the thicker. Might have grabbed that one. I don't know. I like this one. Like this, and it's already done. You just have to seal it, right? But this is what I just made. The only thing is it comes in limited colors, and it costs more money than I can do this for. And then this way it matches the apron. Because I was like, oh, I could use that today because it was gray. Oops. And just like that, I threw it on the floor. I said no twice today. So it does save time if you're trying to make more of them. And they do have really cute patterned ones that I have picked up, but I was out of. Where's one? Of course, you can't find it when you want it. But anyway, I found some cute patterns. And when I can, I buy them because it saves you this moment right here of dealing with it. Okay, so now we have to seal that baby shut. Hello, welcome in, and thank you. I don't know, Sassy. We are Oregon Duck fans, but I will not. No, you tore a page. You know what? I will only go against Oregon State if they're fighting my Ducks. Otherwise, go Beavers. Seriously, I have Beavers fabric around here too. So I only time because I'm from there. So, you know, I think my first actual job besides babysitting was like at U of O. So at 15. So there you go. Actually sooner than that. It was volunteer work when you did it with your group and did the concession stands at 13. So they just didn't have to pay you. Anyway, that's why you get kind of, you know, you have your team. Anywho, welcome in. But the people who are like, F the Ducks no matter what, even if they're playing Washington State. I'm like, I don't get it. Like, it's still an Oregon team. But I get the whole rivalry. I love the rivalry. Is that the word? Rivalry. My brain can't do it. Okay, so there you go. So thankful I cut out. Thanks, Fonzie. How are you? Fonzie, yours is in the mail, your apron. And I got the postcards from the coast out to those who are receiving them. So that feels good to get some of that done. I still have to deal with your ornaments, but hey, I figure as I send you packages, an ornament will come, okay? We'll get them done. You'll have them by next Christmas for sure. Just kidding. Oh, I don't know. It's Tefal. Tefal. T-F-A-L. Oh, clearly I've used the shiz out of it. I'll show you. I love it. Need some water in there, but yeah, a little. It goes and goes. This I like burnt something. I was doing appliques. I was really into appliques for a while, and that really will do that. And then leave a residue, and that really sucks. But I cleaned it off the best I could. It doesn't leave marks on my fabric or anything, so don't do that. Maybe it was that, I don't remember, some sort of lining that you iron, and it was probably supposed to be low heat, and I went, it just shriveled. It stuck really good. I do everything on high, guys. At least in this room. Okay. It's like boiling water at low. Okay, we did it. Whew, that was a pain in the ass. Today, Fonzie, we're doing mini apron towels. So this one, I got two of my biases I just did. It's for a towel I'm making for myself. This is the towel. This is going to be the little ties. And then I have the tops over here already cut out. Oh, shoot. Which I decided to do this little, oh no, that's the wrong one. Hold on. It's inside out because we got to sew it. This little hearts. I thought that would be really cute. You'll see it when it comes together maybe. Or at some point. It's going to be on my oven tonight. Okay. So that's that one. We have the pieces now. We can accept the towel. We're almost there. And then the other one is for Mimi. And I'm doing, she chose the little strawberries, which was on Fonzie's apron that's en route. And she chose this towel. So we're going to put this together with this bias and throw it all together somehow, okay? But right now we got to get the towels. So we got our biases, our bodices. Now we got to do the towels. So I take just a standard kitchen towel. I'm making little dress towels. Let me show you a finished one so you get what I'm doing here. Ta-da, something like this. Now this one I couldn't find a really cute fabric, so I just pressed that myself. But I try to find just nice towels that I love anyway. But sometimes it doesn't have the message, so you put it on yourself. Anyway, let's do it. Then we can almost sew. So I take the towel, and I do not pre-wash the towels, but I do pre-wash my other fabrics. I cut out this icky tag because nobody wants that on there. And then I press it out the best I can because you see it's a towel. Especially in the middle. Well, especially the whole thing because now's the time. Also, if you're going to add anything, like I'm going to add a lace to the bottom of this or a ruffle. So we're going to make that in a minute as well. So you kind of have to do it all now, pre-assemble. Let's get this done, then we'll get the whatever we're adding to the towel before we do the cinch it together into a little dress. I don't know if any of that makes sense, but here we go. Okay, as good as I'm going to do. Then get your half. Don't trust this hanger, just do it. Because we're going to cut this towel in half. And this, a lot of times, especially depending on where you get your towel, it's not real square, but that's okay. Do the best you can. I'm pressing that, okay? Then I'm going to flip this baby, and I'm going to cut it in half. And set this one aside and do this one. So I just am always like, I can't just do one thing at a time, so I'm doing two. And I still take the tag off, they just bother me. Okay, just that one. Remove all the little plastics, okay. This one's a Pioneer Woman towel that Tracy sent me with the fabric and told me, make a towel for yourself. And I don't know, Trace, if you're still here, but how long ago was that? Like over a year ago? And I haven't made any. And so I'm like, it's time. And I liked this one, Cook Your Heart Out. And it's, you know, a good time to pull this one out. And I'm not adding anything to this because it already has a really cute bottom. So why do it? Well, we could if we wanted to spend more time. That's what happens. This one's much more square. And cut it in half. Okay, ta-da. Now I do need to, because we're going to leave that. I don't need anything to the bottom of it. But this one is kind of plain, so I'm going to make a ruffle out of the bias tape. First we got to find where she put it. The excess piece of it anyway. Here it is. Found it. So I had made this a long time ago for a project, and then at the end decided I didn't like the color on what I was making. So we're using it up today because it looks really cute on what I'm making. So I already got my ties. It's going to go around the waist, right? We're going to go make a ruffle out of this edge. And I don't know. I'm not very good at measuring what I need for a ruffle, so we'll just, I don't know, go bigger than you need. I just try not to waste it, but because this is going to turn into a ruffle like that. And hopefully I cut enough. We're only going to try it. So now I'm going to flip you on over to the machine to get to use it literally for 2 seconds. Oh, maybe we'll go over this way. I don't know. Sorry. This is my piles of scrap fabrics. Don't judge. It's like the junk drawer in the oh shit. This view is horrible. Okay, I'm just going to leave you there. You're going to have to watch me sit, which is never a good view. All right. So over here I have my serger. I don't know if you can see it. And I don't remember. Is it already set up? I think I set it up last night. It should be set up, but I don't trust myself. So let's grab a scrap piece. Gingerbreads. And test it out real quick. Because I have no confidence in that. Okay, so it is set up. Cool. Okay, this is only literally going to take, I don't know, time it. Doesn't take long. To make a ruffle. Again, you can buy ruffle and go price it. It's super expensive. Or you can do this with this cool machine. I have my glasses on, so. One moment, I have to keep a straight line. I can't look away. Okay, now, do I love that ruffle? No, we're gonna run it through again and that'll tighten it together more. If you run it through twice, you'll get, last night I was fucking with it and the whole thing and I was like, no, don't mess with it again, just leave it. So I don't want to mess with it anymore. Don't trust it. It has 4 spools, so when you have to re-thread, it's not fun. That's all I'm saying. So I'll rather run it through twice than re-thread my thing because it's too tense. It's too tense. Too tense. Okay. That's exciting. So we have a little ruffle now. It's a little ruffle. Okay. Let me see what we think. Oh yeah, that looks all right. Okay, I'm scooching, yeah, sorry. Like that. So anyway, I made a little, oh, that's plenty, because, you know, it's plenty. And then on the front, I'm only adding it to this front, so actually we're going to flip it. Get rid of that raw edge. And sew it on right here. One moment. Now you can buy ruffles, and it gets expensive, guys. So I was lucky enough to have that machine for something else, and ta-da. I do not like using pins unless I have to, but these little clips work good if the edge, for edge shit. I almost stuck it in my mouth. Don't do that. Okay, oops. So that's good enough for me. I can eye the rest as I sew it. So now I'm going to go sew that on the bottom. Then you have a little, it's not so boring. But we can do that over there. And then these 2 pieces too. All right, you ready? We're going back to the machine. Only the regular machine. It's the same view though. 2 machines. Okay, here you go. Sorry. Hold on to your tummies. And this tripod's really bad. I can't adjust it height-wise. So we're dealing with it. Okay, now we get to sew. Are you ready? This part's the fun part. And yeah, I'm in a little dark hole. I can't see nothing, so I can't really, maybe I could go like this. I would totally lower it, but it's broken. And with that fabric that I ordered today for baby, also is a new tripod, so Just saying. It was supposed to be here. Maybe solve a problem or two that I was having. Okay, so anyway, I have white thread in my machine. Cheers. All right. It wouldn't let me do my gift gold, Dustin, if you're here. It let me, but it would not let me change the quantity. It was stuck on 1. I was like, what? So there's really not a lot I can do. It is what it is. Okay, I gotta get organized. That's how I work. Okay, here we go. So first we might as well start with these little bodices. I need to find my foot pedal. There it is. I know you can't really see, but maybe I can not spill the coffee. And flip it this way a little. I don't know. Let's see what you can do here. It's not that exciting, but it's a little better than looking at me. There's my other dollhouse, you guys. It's like the ghetto dollhouse currently. It's got a lot of potential, but somebody needs to really put a lot of love into it. Somebody. Okay, back to work, girl. So I have 2 bodices. This is the outside little dress, and that's the lining. They're inside or facing each other because they need to be inside out. Whatever, right? Okay. So I just got to be careful and sew about, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch margin here. And just follow the line best you can. And whatever you, oh really, Bob? Do you remember we just did Bob last time, guys? He's giving me 2 immediately today. At least it was a little project. Sometimes I cruise along for a while and don't even realize it. It's very annoying. If you don't know, I call this bad boy Bob. Only because it's a bobbin. And I did do a lot of, not that much sewing. See how often you gotta do these? It's so annoying. This is my least favorite part. And when I sewed a lot, I used to do like 5 of them at once, just it annoyed me so much. Then I didn't have to do it as often, but it's annoying, guys. But at least we'll be good, maybe through babies. Okay. Do this other piece. Okay, we're ready. We're filling Bob. One way to save money on thread is to use the serger spools on your regular machine. You get a lot more thread than one of the regulars. That's why I have to hold it though, because it's like, I don't belong here. I mean, it's that easy, it's just annoying. Like, I don't like to do it. Okay, we're back in business though. I'll quit complaining now. Then you got to get Bob back in. Get rid of that troublemaker. Okay. If you do it right, you should have 0 issues. If you do it wrong, you're going to have constant issues. And you're going to throw Bob out the window. Bob's your friend. All right, so I feel good about it now. Well, we got to run our thread back around. And I can't see, so I have one of these little threaders, which doesn't always work the first time. But, just trying to line it up. There we go, I got it. 2 times, but still easier than using my eye. Okay, we're almost back to it. You gotta grab Bob. I'm looking for that. It's on the floor, guys. Okay. Thank you for your service. Okay, where were we? So we had a little problem there. Where are we here? We're just going to start again. Right on that edge. Pretend that didn't happen. Ta-da. Ooh, sure crazy right there. Oh, oh, wow. Yay, thank you. I just heard a sound all of a sudden. All right, here's not icky, the tricky part of the little, because you gotta do a circle. If you mess this part up, the next step's not as easy. Smooth like butter. Back that up. All right, then I'll show you what we do with this piece now that we're to this level of the game. So we got one done. So that is how long it's going to take to do 3 more. We got to do 3 more without having a bob issue. So it's not so bad. Okay. But what we're going to end up doing, the next step, is those scissors suck for the next step. Let me get the right scissors. These are, if you ever cut anything besides fabric with them, I'll probably, they're going to become permanently embedded in you. Just kidding. But, you know, don't touch them. So anyway, I get rid of my crisp edges, my little, because we're going to flip it now. And when you don't have all that excess corner, it's less bulk. Now, I don't do this each time. We're going to bust through the other 3. I just want to stop and show you what we're going to do. Okay, now we're sewn, so we flip it. Now, when I sewed it, I sewed a little, my bad. I sewed a little hem. So, when we flip the baby, now let's see how close my tool is. It's been a while since I've used it. And it just looks funny right now, but don't worry. Hold on. Gotta find my pokey tool. I forgot I was getting it. Huh. That's a bummer. Bummer face. I actually have a tool. Oh, it's over here. It's behind me. Hold on. 3rd place. One of these. I was at the craft store one day and I was like, yeah, girl needs one of those. So anyway, then you put it in there and you poke your little edges out so that you have a crisp little corner. Which is why I trimmed those corners. Otherwise, you got round corners. You know, you don't want to poke a hole through. Did that. Been there, done that. Just, where's your other sleeve, baby? Oh, it's down here. Okay. Little shoulder action. Anyway, it's a whole to-do, see? Oh, good Lord, where's your corner? Okay, I got it. Okay. Ooh. So there you go. Now we have to press it and do a whole thing. And then it comes all together. But that's the top of the towel. So, but we do 2 of them because that's what hangs. So here's one. That's your outside of it and your inside. And then we're going to stuff those towels that we're going to do here in a second also into those. But let's go on. Let's move on. That's the idea of the bodice, okay? Okay. So I'm going to do the second bodice for that towel, which is this one, the little hearts. And we're just going to cruise through this. And my Alexa also didn't want to work in here. I was having all kinds of issues before starting, so I was like, we don't need it. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, shit, we got a problem. What's going on? Feels like a problem. Oh, okay. It wasn't really a problem. You gotta fix your problem as you go. That wasn't really one. It was just a scraggler. Felt like a problem. Cruising around. So quiet. Okay, here we go. We got 2 done. There's that one. Let's do this one. Get all the pieces sewn as needed, and then go back over and get them assembled, and then you sew it all together. Each one takes 2 of the bodices, about 36 inches of the bias tape, or strand, string option. Birds are excited. It's such a nice day out. Eek, 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 eek. I shall never have silence again. Okay, one more of these. I don't know how long it takes me to make one, but that's why I try to do at least 2 at a time. When I used to do orders, I would do however many, because it does speed it up if you're cutting them all at once. So I made myself one. Back it up. Went too far. Coming around the bend, guys. Okay. There you go. So now we've got those 4 pieces that we're going to flip and press and do the whole to-do, but we're going to do that over there. While we're here, we're going to go ahead and I'm actually going to, now we're going to do it. Okay, let's close these up, these bias tapes. I like to do a little squiggly for fun on that one. This just can go way faster because it's straight. Oh. We're going to leave about 3 inches of this end not sewn, so I can join the other piece to it if I need it. Because I didn't measure it. It's all by eye. We'll stop that there. Okay, that way if I have to join it, I can. Okay. So I don't even know if I need 2. I don't know where. Oh, yeah, I do. Okay, never mind, girl. Yeah, I need 1 for each side. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. She's back. She's back. Took a minute. And then I deal with the ends after it's all connected of these strands. Ooh. Ain't trying to be trouble. It's like frosting cupcakes. Takes a minute. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and close that up because I realized my error of my ways. It's been a while since I made these. I had to really think about it today, which is why I got a lot of it ready. Clicked. Now we're closed. All right, but we have to do that now to the blue ones. How's it going over there? I know. I hope you love watching because I can't really interact right now. A lot of times when I'm doing things and it's hard to do it and talk or watch chat. So good. Let's just watch. We got to do these two. These ones are for Mimi's towel. These ones are pressed a little better. Or staying shut anyway. We're cruising right along. Yeah. This machine's a little workhorse, I tell you. Oh shit, and then it gives me trouble. Really? I was just saying some nice things. Bob? Well, we at least made it to the end before it gave me trouble. Shit. Little shit. It's not my top needle, it's Bob again, but that's alright. We at least made it to the end before he gave us trouble. He just got a little stuck. Are you stuck, Bob? What happened, bro? Ah, that's what happened. I don't know what that is. It's a foreign amount of stuff. Okay. There. Picked it up somewhere. All right, that other machine will also do this like in one sweep. What I'm doing with this, it'll fold it and do all the tricks at one time, but I'm not smart enough. So I don't do that with it. It takes me more time. Oh, I guess I just had one long one. Okay, let's look for the other one. All right, we're gonna cut it. All right, then these little towels. So what you do with the little towels, because we want them, that doesn't fit, right? So we're gonna, I'll show you. I go widest stitch on a straight stitch. And then I'm going to run first, you make this super long. And then you just run a line across, about however long you want to deal with. I'm probably going to do it right there. And then at the end, you also want that to be really long. Boom. Okay, when we get to the other side, I'll show you why we did that. See on the other side, towel. We have to do that to each of these towels. This is the back of the towel now. Oh, really? That's what I thought. Two. A couple are on the floor, but that's okay. Now this one, we're going to put that on before we do that, but where's the other piece? Where'd you go? It's right here. Everything is on the floor. This one doesn't need anything added. It's the back of the towel, so I just leave it. Technically, you could do a two-sided towel, but no, not today. I mean, it is two-sided, but you'll see. Not caring what the second side looks like, is all I'm saying. All right. Then this one, we gotta get our stitch back to normal. And then before we do that, well, it didn't matter, but anywho, we're gonna put that little ruffle or piece we made on the bottom. Because why not? It's gonna look pretty. Or it's gonna look prettier. It's gonna look nice, right? So I literally just start clips and then I eye it after this because it's a line. I can handle it. So I didn't clip all the way across. Just lining up two little things here. Okay, we're almost to the end now. That's why I cut it extra long earlier, because I didn't know where we'd end. I'm not a mathematician, and I don't like to measure. I just eye it. That eyed perfectly. Okay, now we have a little pretty added to the bottom. Okay, ta-da-da-da. I think we got all the main pieces, so we can go back to the other side and go from here. All right, hold on to your little, I'll move you slow, but I'm going to move you. And it's going to make it not feel very good, maybe. Okay, sorry. Here we go. There we are. Your mom made clothes. My mom didn't make, she didn't sew. She'd get out a sewing needle, like, you know, it was in the can, like you got your cookies in at Christmas. And she'd literally hand sew. She didn't have a sewing machine that actually worked, functional. So they had like those old kind with cabinets. My parents were funny. They had like 10 of them. They were really pretty. Anyway, now I go around and I get off all those excess little scraggler strings and so forth. But, oh shit, I hope I didn't. I did. I forgot what I was doing. Oh no, we didn't. We didn't put that stitch across the top. You're going to just hang out right here for a minute because it's not worth moving you all around. I need to put this straight stitch across this part of the towel. I forgot that one. But you know, it only takes a second, so there's no point in the whole to-do. If Bob gives me trouble, I'll bring you back. Keep an eye on my shit. Ta-da, Bob was a perfect gentleman today. All right. So then I added something pretty, right? And now we have these strings. So I made them extra long. I separate them. And then we need one of these little babies, just so we know how wide. I used to be able to just eye it, and I probably still can. Okay, anyway, gently tug on one of the strings, usually the one that you're on top of. That's why you keep them separate like that, and that's why you make them really long. And then I come to this side and I do the same thing and kind of meet it in the middle. And it makes it a little ruffle. I used to press it. I used to do all kinds of things. And this works the best. Just don't break your string or you have to start over. Don't tug it too hard. So she said, okay. So then you have, it's cute, right? It looks like that. But you just have to make sure that your this is not the bodice to this, but it's one I had flipped, that it'll fit in there. and it will. So that's why I don't really have to even eye it anymore. So when you have it pretty much where you want it, now you make a standard knot and cut these ends off so they don't get in your way or that it doesn't loosen. Oh, Lord, come here, baby. Found it. It's not as easy as it looks. Okay, I got it. And another knot. And then just be gentle with it because it's not there to hold. It's just there to do what it needs to for now. Same with this side. Where you at, little string? Oh, there he is. Found it. Found ya. Okay. Oh, puppy. He made a noise. Okay. A quick little knot. Quick, like a bunny. Okay. So now essentially the front of the towel piece is done. Right? Set that over there and do the back of that towel. Same way. And this is for Mimi's towel. Then I'll do the bodice for her and kind of put it together and you'll see what it looks like. Good enough for me. Hear all the traffic? Maybe you can't. Here. Okay, do that again. It's like tying a shoe. It's not hard. You just got extra long strings. It's evidently very hard. Oh my goodness sakes. Third time. Y'all watching me? Okay, got that one. I win. I think. Where'd it go? It's right there. I still win. Okay. I talked smack, but I win. Okay, that's the back. Ta-da. Now here's the bodices for this dress so you can see how it looks. Get rid of the extra strings. And then I cut the corners. And I kind of trim this edge down if I need to, which depends. Okay, we rounded her out. That'll work. All right, now I need that little purple tool. I think I left it over there. I finger it the best I can. Hi, Michelle. Until I need the tool. Any sound effects? How's it going, everybody? Thank you. Yeah, let's get this out. So it looks like nothing right now, right? But let's get our tool. Oh, it's right here. Found it. Which is why I trim those edges so that I can get a nice clean corner. I mean, it's not perfect. I'm not a machine, but I try. All right, 3 little corners, each little thing. Then it looks like a dress top. And I've tried different shapes, like trying to be fancy, and this is just overall the easiest to do. Okay, so now we're gonna heat this baby up and press this little dress out, this little top. Before you know it, it comes right together. Let's do the second one. Where'd you go? 1, 2, 3, 4. Here it is. That goes to the other one. Are you heated up yet? Did you do it? No, not yet. This is where it's like, hey, you should add some water. I'm like, nah, you don't need it. You don't need no stinking water. Okay, there, you got a little top. So, let's do the other one and then we'll put it together. Can't do just one. Flip it and reverse it. It's like the scissor, it's like the tape. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Found it. It's a whole to-do. So, it takes a lot more time than you can usually sell them for. But I do enjoy making them a lot. That's, I think, with a lot of handmade stuff. All right, where'd my little go? Oh, right here. I'm so organized, aren't I? Get out of the way. Okay, we almost have this one together. We at least have all the pieces. Hello, welcome in everybody. I don't even know what's going on. I'm just over here making things. So far, we almost have one whole little dress towel piece together. The other one is at least sewn to that first, ow, that's hot, step. So I'll focus on this one that's Mimi's. Oh, hey, I didn't poke that very well. Come back. I don't even know if I poked this, you guys. Did I poke it? It's not poked. It's questionable to me on the poke. Yeah, there you go. That's better. I just flew ahead, missed a step. But you can tell right away. Okay. Square it up, girl. The next step's more exciting. I promise. I don't like this little string hanging out. Get out of there. All right. Ta-da. Now for the exciting part. Or, I don't know. This is the next step anyway. You take, these are going to go like this, essentially, and get sewn together up here. Thank you, Megan. But we have to insert the towel first. Okay. And I try to cut them all the same when I cut them, so they line up as best you can. This needs pressed a little better, baby. And I'm literally just making miniature aprons at this point, okay? They almost take as long as an apron. Okay, so just choose your choice. Like, does one have better? They're both pretty good. Occasionally there'll be one that looks a little better, or maybe the fabric has a little something in the middle and you want it to be your front, but we're good. So line it up. I don't know what's best for my hands, probably this way, and just tuck it in like so. I just do the corners first because then you know you got it. And I go the same distance in this way so that your towel isn't like all wackadoodled. Because wackadoodled is definitely a word. Now this one actually has kind of a pattern to it, so I can kind of use that to line it up, maybe, depending on my straight cut or not. So now the corners are in there. Now here's where I do need pins. Because especially with this one that has a phrase, you want to try to get it to be in a good location up here. Pin it. Oh, don't pin yourself, silly. That hurt. That's all right. I'm okay. I'm okay. Okay. Okay, then you have it like so. Ow, don't hook yourself again. And I just, when I'm sewing, I just try to make sure I get that in there. Because I don't like to, well, anyway, I'll forget the pins there and then go over it. So I'm good with this one. There's the front. Boom. Here's the back. So we sew these on, and then I usually do the straps, then I put them together. I do as much as individually as I can before the two go together. Do the finished strip. Get a pin in there. Boop. Without getting it in your finger. There we go. Okay, front back. So now I'm going to sew this on, each one, to secure them. Then we'll come back and we're going to pin the tops. But of course we do it this way. Don't do it backwards. That way when you sew up here and you flip it, that's how it goes. And then you have the little ties that are going to go on, and that's how it ties on the side of your stove. Okay? Let's get a stitch. We gotta, oh shit. Oh. Sorry, how long was that like that? Sorry. That was a, I don't know. I just looked up in the puzzle pieces there, so my bad. Okay, let's slowly move. You want to see where Puppy is, Jazzy Jar? You here? Thank you, you guys. I'm good, Gigi. You want to see Puppy? He's keeping my spot warm. Oh, excuse my. That's not the greatest view right there. Can I have my seat? Did you keep it warm? Thanks, buddy. All right, well, we should be good now. So over here, I have just all my excess shit, but let's move it to the machine. Okay, watch it. He does this on the couch too. Watch it. Dude, scooch, go, get. You're not welcome. God, he does that on my spot on the couch too. Every time I get up. Okay, so get your stitch. I like to do a zigzag up. And, okay. So now, carefully just get it in there. Get it or done. My pins are backwards, but oh well. Let's do it this way then, because I don't want to be backwards. It just makes it harder to pull the pins is all. All right, keep it in place. Get it down. Okay. One pin is out. Two pins. I made it to the end. Okay, we're together now. I just check the back side and make sure, because sometimes, I'll show you. Now's the time. Oh yeah. Sometimes that will not gather correct, and so I fix that. I don't like to notice that later. You gotta notice it right now. It's a real pain. because we're putting a little thing there anyway, so you won't see if you stitch it more than once or twice, or however many times you got to do it to get it closed off. Because I don't want this to, when it washes, flap around later. So we're going to just sew it down. That towel's never coming off there unless you got a lot of patience and a stitch remover. So there you go. Okay. We'll get those excess strings off in a minute, but ouch, don't poke yourself. Stop poking yourself. In a perfect world, you don't have to do it twice, but yeah, very often I'm not perfect. Right in that middle is where it doesn't. Get your buddy tucked in. And they're very forgiving, so you're going to put a belt on, so if it's not perfectly straight, it's alright. I mean, yeah, in a perfect world. Okay, so good all the way around. Alright, now we're going to go back. No, we're just going to pivot. Maybe we can pivot this way instead of that way. Pivot. Oops, you can still see. Now you can see my other side. My old crafting I have not done for a while, but maybe someday. Okay, now get rid of all the strings. And then I add the tie. And then we put them together. And then I add the tie. And then we put them together. Sound effects. What sound effects? Is it me? Am I making sound effects myself? Okay, so the blue string. Oh, here it is. Nope, here it is. Boom. Ta-da. So this is actually for both. So we're going to cut this in half right here. And then find your center. Find your center, people. Come here. Roughly. All right. And then we're going to pin this to here. And again, I'm eyeing it for the most part. Do I know the exact center? Not exactly, but I'm pretty close. And we'll measure it like so. I want to go a little lower just to cover up that stitch for fun, okay? I like that one. Okay. Ta-da. Now we have to do the other one. And then we're going to run that stitch. I know, it's a lot. Same idea. It's not working for me. Okay. Ta-da. Okay, so that's the front, essentially. And this will be the back. Now here's where sometimes I'll add something like that matches here. Like I could do a collar out of this blue. or a little right there out of the blue, but now's the time. Sometimes I add something like, I think I already had it out. Yeah, like this as well. Around that collar line. Just depends on which way I want to go. If I'm going to do like a ruffle, I do just the front. If I'm going to do this and go around this edge is the idea, see? So I'll probably do that. It's easier, honestly. So once I have that figured out, which I obviously had already thought that out because it was out. Otherwise, you could make another little, I could make another little ruffle and sew it as a little ruffle, like right down the center. Like that, and that's pretty cute too. So, but I think for today, I'm going to just do this one. And this is where time can get you. You can do buttons, you can do all kinds of stuff, guys. Like I got other options over here, but I won't go too crazy. I'll just show you a couple. So for instance, like on Tracy's, a couple of Tracy's, I put these little flower on there, sew it on. Or I love these little appliques. Depending on the theme, you could put, you know, one of these on there. Much easier than you're just pressing it on. I'll add a stitch or two usually in case, you know, so it stays forever, but I've had pretty good luck with these little guys. And you can find them, it just depends on the theme of the apron. Oh, here's one I had done. That's what I meant. This was a different one I did. And I did this up down the front, but it was that color. So we're not doing that today. We'll just do the rickrack. Makes life a little easier. But we do add that after these are together. So let's put another stitch. Let's stitch here and get the tops together. And that's essentially a dress towel. The rest is, you know, and picking towel versus fabric, it can take a while. Like I have a hard time. I mean, I don't have a hard time, but I can take a while mix matching, deciding all the pieces to it. Just get it done, lady. Okay, we're set. Let's go. We're gonna sew this on nice and straight. And since it's, I don't know, I made it, it's probably about 1 inch. We're gonna go all the way around and back to hold that piece in place. Stay. So I like the zigzag because it looks pretty, even if you do 3 passes like I did. And I'm just using white thread. You could get silly and use red and it looks pretty too, but it depends. Okay, so ta-da, we got that piece on. Oh, my scissors. Okay, so she's on. Woohoo! Let's get this one on. And then when I'm after the live, I stitch all the way around with a pretty stitch just to, it looks nice. And it holds everything down. That's just detail. I can get wrapped up in details for hours. Yeah, all right. All right, now we have 2 pieces with lots of strings, but we'll get those off in a minute. So the important thing is to put them together backwards. Now I've did it upside down a handful of times. Then you gotta pull stitches. So to get it to line up the best I can. I'll at least use a clip. We're literally just doing this top. This is tickly. I'm going to do a straight stitch here. You just want to keep it together. We'll dispose of strings. Okay, so next, besides getting rid of all those scraggling strings, you flip it and look what you got. Pretty much your towel that hangs over the bar of your oven door. These secure it on, and they're super cute. But let's do the pressing. So what I do is, one, we'll get rid of all the strings. And then I press this down and I sew it flat because that'll cause you problems later. And then I also do just a stitch, literally a pretty stitch all the way around. And then we were going to add the neckline. So one, I like to add necklines when it doesn't, well, because I'm a perfectionist, but it doesn't matter. Nobody's wearing it. Your stove is. But anyway, you can hide flaws that way, was what I'm trying to say. So for instance, this is slightly off, right? This stitch to this stitch. Will that bother me? Yeah, possibly. This one was square, but it's just the nature of it. So that's why if you're really off and it looks obvious, that's why now go around your edge with this and it will cover any mishaps. How do I know? I don't know. Okay, but real quick, let's get rid of all this haggle strings, like so. And then that's essentially it. But then I spend probably another 15 minutes doing that extra stitching around and getting everything flat. And then they last forever. Well, at least mine have, as I make them this way. The first few I was making, I was using different, types of ribbon. And so I know some of mine didn't hold up as well as these later ones. I started perfecting the materials. And so now I'm very confident in these, that those will hold up for a long, long time. Now I'm going to also, trim those off and do the little double fold so that there's no issue there. Make sure they're all nice and even at that time, because you know me, I eye them, and so forth. But we can at least get the neckline on, and then we'll wrap it up today in the craft room. And then I have a second one I am working on that was, this is the back. I've got the stitch in, we just got to do the next step. This is the front. This one's for me. And this was the little top. So I was going to do this one for myself. And then I had this, was the little, right? And then with this, I'll probably use more of this gray on the top line or something just to match it. That one's for me, but we won't spend the rest. That's going to take me another, who knows how long. At least a half hour if I rush. And I like to rush it. So what we will do is at least get this one for Mimi, the neckline on. So I just have to sew my ends. These little, I like to show, flatten these out here and sew them flat. It helps it stay on the rack flat, and then after you wash, they don't bundle up. Okay, that's why I do it. But while I'm at it, I can, as long as that stays flat, I put my neckline on and do one last bit of sew on it. And this is literally just iron, so I'm just going to make sure I get enough and then trim it at the end. Just don't not get enough is the point. Go a little longer. Okay? All right. We're going to flip. You ready to flip? I know it's a lot. And then I'll see if my packet, oh, I'm sorry about that. Oh, jeez, this is so weird, but okay. Then I'll check and see if the package came. Hey, Jordan, are you out there? I heard somebody. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get these things shut first, because if I don't, I'll end up sewing it in the wrong direction. Zigzag. And now make sure your straps aren't in the way. I've did that enough times to know. Let me just flip it around and sew that little piece that shut. That's the word. Like that. Now that's flat, is the point. Instead of, if I don't sew that down, it's that. And as soon as it washes, it's just going to cause an issue. So we flatten it now. And then essentially it could be done. I mean, you don't have to put all the extra stitches I put in for shits and giggles. But I like them to be like perfect when I send them out. It's a thing. Don't sew your straps. Oh, I hope I didn't just do that. We're good. It looked weird for a second. Okay. Now we're flat. Bob's still working. Good job, Bob. But let's go ahead and put that neckline on while we're here. I knew I had it. Where'd she go? Oh, there she is. Ta-da. So now we just lay it in there. I usually start at the back. That way, if it's not perfect, that's the place to do it. Nice straight edge. I don't know if you can see anything of what I'm doing, but here we go. Get a stitch in there. And you just have to, it's a circle, so it's a real circle jerk here, but we got it. Jordan, are you here? I swear somebody's out there. Out that door. Sounds like somebody. I'll just go around the bend until you get to the other side. Almost. Let's loosen up a little, please. These circles are much more difficult than a straight line, obviously. Thank goodness it's a tiny circle. Oh, shit. Hard to put the foot down. Put your foot down. Yeah, we're almost to the end. Okay, then now I'm at the end. I can trim that piece because I can see how big it is or how much I need. And just sew it Measures hang. Okay, so there we go. Don't be looking there. This view of my right now. My shirt is awesome. Okay, so boom. Now I just have to get rid of those extra strings. Sew those ends, but I'm going to go ahead and get off here in a minute. I'll answer your questions and chit chat with you here for a minute. Let me get rid of all these situations. Okay, that was it. That was the last one. And I'll see if that package came. I'm going to be very coming sometime today. Okay, get rid of that little scraggler. All right. Ow. Don't drop the scissors on your toe. All right, so here's the final, pretty much. I'm going to still sew in my ends here. And then my OCD is going to have me do one final stitch all the way around the bodice part. But that's just me. But that's it. There's so many different ways you can do them. So this one is for Mimi Peck. I don't know if she's here today, but that's kind of how it goes together. I'll try to ship this for you tomorrow. Thank you, Maine. Thank you, guys. So as you see, they take a lot of time to make. I don't have a lot of time to give these anymore, but I currently have 5 or 10. I think I posted 5 available to sell in my link in my bio. I also have my full-size aprons currently available as well, which we're doing one for baby. I just didn't get the fabric today. So if you're interested, these are only for the next, because I can only fill so many for so long. And as you see, they take a bit of time. So right now I'm doing custom orders. So you place the order, then I'll reach out and we'll talk what color is your kitchen, what kind of fabric do you like, and I try to accommodate the best I can. And yeah, they're super cute. I'll show you the one I made, I don't even know how long ago, a couple of them. So you can see how long they last. So this is one that literally just came out of the dryer. This little baby has been washed 100 times. Hangs on my stove often. So they're all a little different. Tracy had sent me this fabric. And I generally don't even, I use the heck out of them. So you can use them as well. People are like, oh, they're too pretty to use. No, use it. Over time, obviously, like anything, it's going to shrink and do the things, but it still very much holds up. Cher, I think they're 30 plus shipping for the little dresses. And I know that seems like a lot, but you see how long it takes me to make. So there's not a huge, as long as I have more time to give, then I absolutely, that's why right now I have time. So, and exactly, get them while you can. Tracy's probably one of my first people who ever purchased them when I first started going live. This is what I was doing. Yeah, this one was a year ago. This one was probably before that. And so I try to find cute towels. Again, I've bleached it. We use them. I use them. I'm in my kitchen all the time. It's a way to make your kitchen look really cute for pretty cheap. Oh, thank you, Linda. So anyway, we will be back tonight at 6 p.m. for dinner. What are we making? I don't know. I got chicken in the oven.